episode is this? 184.
I know it's hard to keep track. We don't feel like we're a day over 120, but hi there. I'm Erin Davis.
I'm Lisa Brandt, and this is Gracefully and Frankly. So what's going on?
People call these the dog days of summer, which of course they aren't because the dog days are named after Sirius, the dog star, and that doesn't happen until August. But are you smelling like a wet dog there? What is going on in southwestern Ontario right now as I sit here in comfortable British Columbia?
Well, let me just say that I always thought dog days, because I was in news for so long, that they were only like dog stories, like not even stories about dogs, just stories you didn't want to have to do. That's what I thought dog days referred to. I wish I was kidding. It is humid here. It's humid again, but not like the mid to high 40s that we had. It's like, I don't know, feels like 38, 39. Something like that. So Lisa's indoorsy again.
So perhaps not a heat dome, but more like a heat patio umbrella.
Yeah, something like that.
And of course, we cannot talk about dog days without checking in with you. Now, Lisa is one of the extraordinary souls on our planet who actively goes out and adopts old animals. Not you, Derek. You have done this how many times now?
Oh, 3, 4, something like that. You know, we're dog people, but we love cats. These shelters are full of kittens, and then they'll have like 1 or 2 old ones that everybody just passes by. So we decided that we would get older ones. And yeah, there's sadness more often and sooner, but it's just the most wonderful thing. So Cuddles, we got him when he was 12. He's almost 18. And he got sick this week. If I'm honest, there were a couple little signs here and there, but nothing major until something major. So he's on the mend, but it's touch and go. He's very dehydrated. He has a UTI. He's on antibiotics. I'm putting a needle under his skin to introduce fluids every day. And that's a trauma because he doesn't like to be held.
Oh.
We'll do our part, but he's not well. And he's older, and so he'll let us know. I really hope he bounces back. He eats well. He plays. He's just the sweetest guy. So we'd love to have him for many more years. The veterinarian that we went to, I was there for almost 5 hours because they looked at us in between appointments. And I was so grateful, so incredibly grateful. You know, they loved him. And they said his blood work for an old guy, it looks super healthy, except for the illness. So, you know, he's got a lot of great things going for him. And he certainly is one of those cases. If love could keep him alive, he'd live forever. So we're doing what we can.
The absolute double-edged sword of having a cat who doesn't like to be held, and then with a needle, you're giving him a really good reason for that.
Well, it's true. And apparently it doesn't hurt him that much the way you do it. And they've shown me how to do it. I had to do it in the vet's office. Like, no. And it's like a huge needle, too. It's like if you're trying to go through leather or something. So it's not like a little tiny one. They were confident I could do it. So we're getting it done.
And how many days do you have to do that?
10.
Oh, my goodness, Lisa.
Yeah, and then we go back. But I have to send them updates several times a day, and they are really super involved.
Oh, poor Cuddles, but poor you, too.
Well.
I mean, any pet lover feels for you right now. It's a rough, rough road.
It is, but you know, there was a moment yesterday when I thought I might not be coming home with a cat. So when they said, you're going home with your cat, and here's your marching orders, here's everything you have to do, it's like, you know what? Bring it on. We're going to do our best.
Yeah. Oh, you left out the whole silver lining about spending 4.5, 5 hours at the vet's yesterday. Their air conditioning wasn't working.
Yeah, let's forget what the bill was. They had a new woman trying to total me up and get me out. So it was taking quite a while, and it was fine. She's got to learn. And I leaned over to one of the other women and I said, is your air conditioning broken, or is it always like this? She goes, oh, no, it's broken. I said, thank goodness. I was starting to feel sorry for you guys because I can leave, but you can't. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, that a lot of that must be happening. You talked last week about your brother Kevin having an AC emergency. Did he get it fixed the same day? I know this is all so much inside stuff, but
He did.
Oh, good. It just feels right now like everybody can relate to all of this crap that's going on.
Well, I interviewed a plastic surgeon for an article I'm writing too, and his AC had gone out on Canada Day. And here he is outside, this surgeon with these precious hands, tearing apart his air conditioner and spraying it all. And he thought, aha, it was just dirty. And he went back in and flicked it and nothing happened. So, no, they had to wait. They had to wait for the technician.
Couldn't get it to work, but it looked 10 years younger.
Mm-hmm. Smile lines were gone.
I bet his were. So I can imagine with an ailing pet that you don't sleep too well. And last week you told us you heard from a friend you went out to dinner with about, kiwi every night. It's helping me sleep. And you were a convert. You were a believer, Lisa, when we talked last week in episode 183. So I promised we would check in.
I was a believer for the days that it worked, but you'll recall I said, stay tuned because you just don't know. I had seen it on Instagram and then brought it up, and Carolyn said, well, I'm doing this. So, yeah, it worked great for, I think, 4 or 5 nights. And then the 5th night, I lay there looking at the ceiling going, this is not good. And I thought, okay, maybe I took it too late or took it too early. So I did it the next night. Again, it didn't work. So then the night after that, I tried 2. That didn't work either. I don't know why it worked initially and then doesn't anymore for me. But for some people, they're doing it for months and it's working every night. So not for me.
Well, one of our favorite Queenagers, Carol, is trying it. She ordered her kiwis and she said, okay, I'm going to have them. And I said, well, be sure and leave us a voicemail before Thursday's 184 and let us know. And then she went, well, they're hard as rock, so I'll have to let you know next week. So we'll see if it works for her.
Hey, you didn't tell me that you have a radio job in Vancouver.
No, you're thinking about Gracefully and Frankly on Pender Island, on Pender Radio.
No, Aaron Davis on today's Breast Variety, 103.5 Move in Vancouver. Drew Savage and Aaron Davis. I'm looking at it here right now.
Back up. Did you say Vancouver's Breast Variety?
Did I say breast variety?
It sounded like it because, the left one is a different kind of shape and size, but I didn't think they'd put that in the marketing.
I meant to say best variety.
All right. What Toronto? Sorry, I can't get Toronto out of my head.
It's not Toronto. It's Vancouver.
Okay, Vancouver's Best Variety.
Move 103.5. So Drew Savage and Aaron Davis do the morning show, and they're looking for a unique co-host to join them. So I was thinking of applying.
Well, okay, first off, that's not me.
I know.
And second off, what if I applied? So it'd be Drew Savage, Aaron Davis, and then we don't have to fight over billing.
Yeah.
Except that it would be Aaron and Drew and Aaron.
Oh, yeah. So Drew Sandwich. That's right.
Oh, God. Okay, so I've heard of this woman because I used to work with a guy who worked with her in Vancouver.
Well, listen to this. She's an avid reader, a cupcake baker, and a bargain hunter.
Oh, well, who of us isn't?
Exactly. I thought that was funny. One of my friends sent it to me and said, Aaron Davis, Vancouver radio? Do you know about this? It's like, if it was true, I definitely would know about it. Don't worry.
My response to you was, well, I didn't want to say anything for sure till I got it.
Don't want to jinx it, you know.
Oh, well, good luck to her. I hope that it works out really well for her and that she and Drew are, a hit in the Vancouver market. They're kind of lucky with all the Rogers cuts this week. I guess the Move isn't a Rogers station, but a lot of Rogers stations, especially AM ones, just being unplugged, basically. Are we talking about Kitchener?
Kitchener, Halifax, and then the others are in Vancouver. All news and sports stations, all gone.
Wow.
Like, to think of 570 in Kitchener going off the air and News 1130 in Vancouver. I mean, that's just...
Yeah.
Those are monoliths, and it's like taking 680 off the air, which, knock wood. I mean, that never happens. Very scary.
The radio business. I am definitely not getting back into it.
Of course, just Gracefully and Frankly on Pender Radio. And
gracefullyandfrankly.com everywhere. That's the most important thing. Lisa, I couldn't do it. Nobody's asking. Let's put that first. But just getting up to record Gracefully and Frankly with you, I set an alarm for 10 a.m. I know by that time you've had a whole day and then some. You've done freelance. You've written 3 chapters of a book. Lisa has conquered the world. She's saving animals. She's just doing everything. Hydrating neighbors and going door to door with IV. She's really something. But here I am setting an alarm for 10 in the morning. And then I couldn't get to sleep till 4 because I knew there was an alarm. So I am not set for alarm clocks anymore. I can't do it.
Yeah, and you don't need to. So to heck with it, right? Well, one of the reasons I've done so much is because we have a 3-hour time difference. So sometimes when I get up to do morning radio, you're still up. Just blows my mind.
Yeah, we will send each other text, morning.
Have a good sleep.
Oh, boy. Well, there was so much news about a certain celebrity wedding on Friday, but it was all no news, basically. We're talking about Taylor Swift, of course, marrying Travis Kelce in this big, huge event, Madison Square Garden. I just was gobsmacked on the weekend at just how bitter and angry people are about things that are happy. Like, why can't we have nice things,
One of the things I love about them is that they're aligned with giving. They gave away $26 million to charities, including Dolly Parton's library initiative that has been cut off from government funding in the U.S. So basically they saved it, and they didn't have to do that. Most billionaires, she's a billionaire, but she's a billionaire on paper. Sure, she has tons of money, but she gives it away all the time. And I love that about her, and that makes her a bit of an outlier. Or why is it also that Mackenzie Scott, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, also gives away tons of money? 2 women. Interesting.
Yeah. What I love, too, is how they somehow managed to keep up this veil of secrecy. Obviously, they had to book Madison Square Garden at least a year in advance. Most of the attendees, or what was going to happen, those were all kept secret. We've heard that Paul McCartney sang, "I Want to Hold Your Hand." Adam Sandler officiated. Her brother stood up with her. His brother stood up with him. And their vows were each things they said to each other. She sang a little bit. Each went about 20 minutes. Why not?
I have a theory as to why people are so angry and upset about it. Number one, social media is not life. And the other thing is, it's just people who are miserable with their own lives projecting out. Some of the younger so-called journalists, especially in entertainment media, think that they're doing journalism by coming up with some snarky angle to something. One of the media outlets followed Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds because they used to be good friends with Taylor and they're not anymore. What are they doing on this wedding weekend? What are they doing? How are they handling the snub? And it's like, that's not journalism.
I just love that 2 people are doing what they want and they're happy. They didn't take over Venice. When there's a traffic closure in Manhattan, it's an unusual day when there's not.
Yes.
So just leave them alone. Obviously, if you want to be left alone, you have it in our front yard. Okay, here's my question for you, Lisa. How did they keep all of the servers? Everybody who could have had a side hustle and gotten tens of thousands of dollars for that one photo, not the AI crap that was coming up on the weekend, but that one photo that could have set them up at least for a month's or a year's worth of rent. But how do you do that in the 21st century?
I'll bet they were paid well for what they did because Taylor is known for giving bonuses and paying people very well. She tips very well, all that kind of stuff. I bet they were paid well and they signed a non-disclosure agreement. I don't think you got anywhere near Madison Square Garden without signing an ironclad with some of the most expensive and best lawyers you can find, NDA. And woe betide the person who tries to get a photo out from that. It would be hard not to take one and keep it to yourself, too,
right,
let alone get the big payday.
Yeah. Apparently, it was a no-phone event. They had to check their devices at the gate.
Yep.
I like it a lot. I'm happy for people who want to be happy and live their lives without hurting other people. What is wrong with that?
They didn't float their yacht that's the size of a city around the rest of the peasants and say, let them eat cake. It was a private event and Yeah, it's nice to see people happy. I don't know, people get so cynical. They think that they know, and people are stupid, Aaron. Lots of people are stupid, especially on the internet. There's a lot of stupid people. Nobody here.
No.
But just those crabby, stupid people. They're dumb.
Everybody feels entitled to details about everyone's life. You know, you don't own me. I think I'll write a song about that.
You don't. Can I give you a melody idea? No, I can't.
Not from you. I'll just... Thanks.
Fair enough.
Send me the sheet music.
Fair enough.
Speaking of sending us nice things, hey, Claire Cascone, you know what she did? I didn't catch this, but you did. Oh, I hear the percolator, and there she is. Claire bought us 5 coffees and said, 5 wee coffees from Alex, Jason, Greg, Austin, and me, Claire. Now, those names, I thought, oh, those must be grandkids. But of course, then the penny dropped.
Yes, they are characters in my new release novel, Little Voices. And Claire just finished reading it. She was nice enough to put a review on Goodreads. And yeah, those are Alex, Jason, Greg, and Austin are all in the book. So that was just so sweet. It made me laugh out loud and made my day. So thank you to all of them. I didn't know that they had money. But anyway, thank you to the guys and to Claire for the 5 coffees.
They would be espressos because they just have little voices.
Right.
And that's all we're going to say about this.
Right.
It is a great story. It's lots of fun. It goes where you don't expect it to. And you can find out more. Go to gracefullyandfrankly.com. There's a link in our boutique to buy Little Voices or download it. And while you're there at gracefullyandfrankly.com, scroll down to the left, and that's where the coffee cup icon is. And just like Claire, you can make our day. Buy us a coffee. Thank you so much. There's also a microphone over on the right, and hopefully that's where Carol next week is going to leave us her review of the Kiwi Sleep Trick.
I hope it works.
How are book sales going for Little Voices, or do you check?
Yeah, I mean, here and there. They're going well. You know what? I'm not with a big publisher. It's going well. I'm happy with it. People are buying it, including people I don't know. So that's great.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
And it is a good story. Little Voices by Lisa Brent.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, you know what I got in the mail the other day? We were coming back from our cabin, checked the mail, and there's an envelope from Chapman's. And I said to Rob, here you go. It's our $3 off because we saw something online, clicked on it, sent our address, and they give you a $3 coupon. Well, Lisa got one a few weeks ago. And I can't believe it. She said, is this what you sent me? Because I was telling Lisa you were supposed to be getting a gift in time for the publishing of your book on the 25th of June. And so you're watching the door, you're watching the mailbox,
Yeah.
and you get this envelope from Chapman's, and you thought that was my gift.
Didn't really. I was being silly because it was taking so long for the gift to arrive. So I thought, oh yeah, $3 off Chapman. Sure, that's what she got me. Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Free from Chapman's, which, I mean, it's great anyway.
Yes.
It is good. Free ice cream tastes even better, especially in July. But no, and your gift finally did arrive.
Yes, I did put it on our Gracefully and Frankly Facebook page, and it is gorgeous. And I'm using it, and people are noticing it. It's a handbag that basically has a typewriter image on the side done in beautiful colors, and then the other side is striped. It's just gorgeous. I'm really happy about it. And it's funny because my supervisor at Fanshawe College, where I'm going to be teaching in the fall, we'll talk more about that later, said, you're going to have to explain to the students what that is. And I said, I'm teaching history now, am I? But but it's true. They're not around anymore. I just love it. So thank you.
Oh, good. Some people have a Louis Vuitton bag. Yours is more of an Underwood. So there you go.
Perfect.
You just want to give somebody a congratulations and a big hug for an accomplishment like that. It's a little bit like a baby shower gift. I'm very proud of you, and I love Little Voices, and I loved being able to read it before everybody else did, too. It's a real gift among friends, so thank you.
Thank you, because you gave me some great feedback and ideas. So it's enough about me. Let's move on.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what have you been obsessed with lately? I came across a list, Lisa, of great ways to start conversations or to create a meaningful connection with people. I was at an open house the other day, and there was about 40 people there, and Rob and I thought we were just going to be stopping by, saying hi, looking at this great Airbnb on the island and, just kind of getting a tour. No, it was a full-on barbecue, and I found myself kind of socially frozen. I didn't know what to say, and we kind of backed out like Homer into the bushes when it was done. I think we need to work on our social lubrication a little bit, and I don't mean alcohol in this way.
No, I agree. I get too comfortable on my own. It becomes a problem when I have to especially meet new people, and I get awkward and weird.
Yeah, especially when you approach them with a syringe or something and say, this really won't hurt, just a pinch of skin. I know. So this list came up with ways that you can sort of break the ice, but just things to ask people other than talking about the weather or why aren't the Blue Jays winning or, whatever else. And one of them is that question I asked you seemingly out of the blue, which was, what have you been obsessed with lately? And if you don't share an obsession, like maybe your obsession would be that perfect pastry that you found in Italy, then maybe you can kind of switch modes, and I would say, well, tell me more about that pastry. Where have you found it anywhere in Canada?
Right.
That kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. So you're talking about things that actually mean something to them, not just nice weather we're having or whatever.
You could ask, what keeps you busy? Which is a great thing among people our age. I mean, I know what keeps you busy, Miss Lisa.
Yeah.
Everything. But it's instead of asking, where do you work? Or what did you do when you worked? What keeps you busy? Really tells you more about a person now, doesn't it? Especially at this stage in our lives.
Absolutely. That's really good. Like Derek would talk about being in his workshop, for example. He loses whole days. He loves it.
Yeah, and then coming in to shower a couple times a day, as you said last week.
Exactly. Thank goodness.
Who makes you laugh the hardest?
That's
a good one.
Yeah.
What do you wish more people knew about you? That's kind of deep, though.
It is kind of deep.
That's almost really personal.
But if you find out that somebody's got some interesting work that they did or whatever, you can always tweak that a little bit to what do you wish more people knew about?
Butterflies. Yeah.
Well, I met a guy who made prosthetics, and I could not stop talking to this guy. And this was at someone's birthday party a couple years ago. And that was one of the things I asked him, sort of close to that. Like, what do we not understand about it? Just seems like, somebody puts something on, they walk around. I know it's got to be more complicated than that. And it was his obsession. That's fantastic. I love it.
And that's what turned into part of the storyline for Felicity and Mitzi in your last series of books.
Shh. No, I thought of that all by myself. No, actually it did.
Of course. Yeah, you just never know what you're going to learn. Like I started talking with a guy at this open house last week and found out his name is Rusty. He used to be in Ironworks. How cool is that?
Are you kidding?
Rusty in Ironworks. No, but he also knows a heck of a lot about flooring. So I started picking his brain, and we may even hire the guy. So this is what happens when you start conversations. But pretty soon you're going to have an answer for the last question we have here, that is, one of the ways to start a conversation at the neighborhood barbecue or meetup or whatever. And what have you been watching or reading or listening to lately that you recommend?
Absolutely.
We would love the answer to be Gracefully and Frankly, which a couple of the people at that open house did listen to. But there's a new take on a show you and I grew up with.
Little House on the Prairie.
Tell me you watched it. Rob never saw one episode, but he wasn't their target audience.
We were obsessed. In fact, my mom passed away, almost 6 years ago. And near the end of her life, when I was living with her, we watched it every single day again. And
you're kidding.
It was so quaint and warm and fun. And I can see why they're remaking it, because even though those shows were done very well, the production values just don't live up to what we have now.
All 8 episodes are dropping today on Netflix. They've also made a few changes. Little House on the Prairie is not going to be set in Walnut Grove, Minnesota, but in Independence, Kansas. And they have intertwined a storyline that Laura Ingalls Wilder didn't do back when she released the stories almost a century ago now. because the stories are intertwined with an Osage tribe family who live nearby on their ancestral land, and they're making a go of it as well. So there's going to be more of an indigenous element to the storyline than there ever was back in the 70s and 80s.
I'm looking forward to it. I will definitely watch it. And they've already ordered season 2, and season 1 is just barely hit the air. So obviously they've got a lot of confidence in it.
Oh, that's great. Little House on the Prairie. So, and Rob has said he will watch it with me.
Yay.
So that's great too. Nice change from all of the murders and stuff that we watch all the time. So this will be nice. Although I'm sure somebody's going to get attacked by a bear or a wolf or something here.
Yeah, you have to. It's wild out there.
Well, whether it's ailing animals or me not being able to sleep, I'm alarm averse, or the heat, there is one thing you can always count on when it's time to go to bed, and that is your Envy pillow will be there and waiting for you. No matter how many times you toss and turn, it's there for you.
It gives you support. It listens to your problems. It doesn't offer unwanted advice. And,
I think I'm in love.
And it's made with environmentally friendly, sustainable materials, not your typical run-of-the-mill pillow crap. And it comes from a couple of Canadian nurses who know what they're talking about and what they have made. And what they've made is a wonderful all-Canadian business that ships all over the world. But even more than that, spinal alignment, support for your neck. And it's pretty much taken away the pain that I had from a couple of car accidents that centered right into my neck. I just can't say enough about it. I won't leave home without it. I can't make this rhyme anymore. Go to envypillow.com. That's their website. And take the pillow test and find out which pillow is right for you. Use the code GF for 10% off your purchase.
Envy Pillow may be the coolest friend you have. Not you, Lisa. You're my coolest friend.
Oh, you poor thing.
And you've even done the digging and come up with This Week in Totally Stupid or... Twits!
All right. For today's Twits, we go to Rogers City, Michigan.
Oh, is this Rogers Communications again?
No.
Because we got twits there.
No. This is where 3 boys, one 13, one 11, and one 8, had set up a lemonade stand at the town's farmer's market. Okay, they ran this thing for years. Kind of a kid's rite of passage, right?
Yeah.
You know, you put it out in the lawn or whatever. They were enterprising enough to go to a farmer's market. The local health department came along and told these kids they'd need to pay $57 every 2 weeks. Well, that's pretty much wiped out any chance of getting a profit. That's $400 over the season.
Oh.
So these little boys contacted their state rep, who wrote a bill that just passed with a unanimous vote. It's about to become law. As long as minors serve only non-alcoholic beverages and make less than $5,000 a year, they are now exempt from the mean old health department. Shame on them.
Yes.
Everyone knows you don't actually drink the lemonade anyway. You just buy it, the kids smile, and you get out of their sight line, you pour it against a plant or something. Or is that just me?
Maybe.
Okay. Anyway, boo to the health department, yay to these kids, and happens to be a Republican state rep who got on their side and made it all happen.
Well, good for them.
I know what you're doing on your lawn, and it's got nothing to do with putting up a lemonade stand. You have been hauling big pieces of, manufactured lumber or something?
Oh, yeah. One of our neighbors had way, way more lumber, that plastic lumbery stuff, for their deck than they needed. And, he got in touch and said, hey, we've got way more decking than we need. You want to buy it? So we did the math and said, yeah, okay. Hadn't planned on improving things quite this much, but we're going to do it. And then we thought, well, how do we get these 20-foot planks up the hill around the corner to our place? Too long to kind of stick through the car and all of these. And I was looking at his boat trailer going, that'd work, but nobody wanted to go with my idea. So Rob and I were carrying these things up the hill. And at first you think, well, this is okay. It's not that heavy. It's just one piece. So this is about 500-600 steps. Halfway up the hill, I'd say, okay, I'm just going to switch. I move it from hanging at the bottom of my arm to up on my shoulder. Then I say, oh, okay, I'm going to switch again. And I moved it up to the top of my head, thinking about my sisters, carrying water from wells. I see this all the time. I can do this. Well, not smart, because the next day I wasn't in pain. But the reason for that is because I took extra Sierra Sil before bed that night.
Wow.
Yeah, we have been doing a lot, Rob especially. I can take no credit. So all I can tell you is Sierra Sil works. Carrying 20-foot wood plastic planks. I took Sierra Sil before bed, the combination of that and my Envy pillow, no pain the next day, not my neck, not my shoulders, not my arms, not anything. Go to sierrasil.com. Look at their promises, and if you don't feel a difference in your pain within 14 days, that's all, you get your money back.
We wouldn't talk about it if we didn't believe in it. Check it out, sierrasil.com, Sierra like the mountains, SIL.com, and that code GF will get you 14% off your purchase.
Well, my dear, it is time for us to sail off into the sunset or sunrise, depending on when you're listening to this. And thank you so much for spending time with us here this week, being part of the show, buying us coffees, leaving voicemails, the whole thing. We love you for it and can't wait to talk to you next week. Good luck with cuddles. We'll be thinking about you, okay?
Yeah, thank you. I predict good things.
Me too. Bye.
Bye.